right, so this is quite an interesting title of a video here.
Yeah.
Again from CNBC. Why the French love American fast food. This is a mind-blowing idea because it seems like the French are very anti-American and although we saved them, they helped us in the Revolutionary War.
I would say it's interesting. Interesting title. French and love American don't go hand in hand usually.
So we'll just check it out.
Let's check it out, man. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
American fast food is taking over France. From recent arrivals, like Popeyes and Krispy Kreme.
We appreciate more American fast food than Americans themselves.
To established favorites.
KFC, of course, because I love chicken.
It's like the hype, it's the trend now. It's addictive, I think, and it brings very much of happiness to people.
They got Five
Between
Guys
2019 and
wow.
And Popeyes and Krispy Kreme and I mean KFC, McDonald's, like you would expect that to be
That's the
over
staple. That's the go-to.
That's
but Popeyes is niche. Popeyes is like one other fried chicken place.
yeah,
You know,
like in addition to like KFC, Bojangles, other fried chicken places, Church's
Yeah.
Chickens, and other.
That's interesting.
That
Well,
blows my mind.
But Five Guys. Five Guys is interesting because you have the burger giants, which is Burger King and McDonald's, and usually they stop there. Maybe I could see Wendy's as a third export, but not Five Guys. Five Guys, I
Yeah.
thought it was obscure as shit. Like that's, they're not numerous. They're not vast over here. It's not like, oh, they have Five Guys everywhere. No,
Yeah.
we don't. At all.
Yeah. It would be like if like Shake Shack or Whataburger, In-N-Out, Culver's, things like that. If that was over there, that would blow my mind too.
Yeah. That's a. I would say Five Guys is like a B list, not by quality, just by the amount of stores they have here. That is not something that I would think has ever went across the pond. So that's cool.
in 2023, more than 1,300 fast food stores opened in France.
What?
Bringing in 19 billion euros in profits in 2023 alone. Despite its reputation for gastronomy, the French palate is changing. France is McDonald's and Burger King's second largest market outside of the US.
What?
A lot of brands want to come in France because France is an Eldorado. You do 2 or 3 times sales more than the other country.
It's a country that has a high propensity to eat at American brands and has the right demographics as well, that restaurants have found success there.
So how did America...
Wow.
I
What?
am shocked right now. I am so shocked.
Like our perception of the French is that they're, snooty, they're, uptight, or, they are more laissez-faire and they enjoy the finer things. And American fast food is not one of the finer things in life.
Not one of the finer things at all. It is a dumpster fire of food.
Yeah.
Like, interesting. But I get the point. Like, we like American food more than we like Americans. Fair point. But still, like that's it's not even just like there, it's thriving over there.
Yeah, it's McDonald's and Burger King. France is their second biggest country outside the United States. Well, first,
Wow.
whatever they said.
Man. Okay.
Let's see how it happened.
American fast food companies win over the culinary conscious, fine dining, Michelin star-loving French crowd. CNBC visited Paris to find out.
You know what? I bet it's because we kept it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
I bet that is the niche. Simple, stupid. And that's something that they do not do over there. It's just simple.
Yeah.
I bet like what the person that's narrating just said, Michelin star, fine dining, big taste, bold flavors, like finer things. This is the simple solution.
Outside cafe, that type of thing, or Michelin star fancy sit down type place.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
It's lunchtime in the Les Halles neighborhood in Paris.
I take this menu today because I love fries and I love nuggets.
Between 2013 and 2023, fast food sales increased a whopping 61% in France. McDonald's and Burger King are the biggest players. Their combined sales climbed to a total of 8.3 billion euros in 2023. Burgers play a big role. Quick service restaurants that served burgers accounted for about half of the country's sales that year.
The burger has taken a growing share of the market over the last 30 years and has become an essential item on every restaurant menu.
But it's not only burgers. American fast food companies, helped by clever marketing, built their brands behind iconic products.
People in France want to discover other tastes, and when you explain that with a good story, with an iconic burger, you succeed. For Popeyes, it's a chicken sandwich. For McDonald's, it's a Big Mac. For Burger King, it's a Whopper.
We are the country of the Michelin restaurant. It's like gastronomy, very high standards, and still QSR fast food is very trendy. What that shows is that even though we appreciate food, we still understand that we love treating ourselves.
In a 5
Okay. They love treating themselves, you know,
Hey.
and discovering new stuff. That, I guess, we take things like, you know, chicken sandwiches, the Big Mac, so we take it for granted. It's just assimilated into our culture.
Yeah.
And we don't realize it's a foreign thing over there. It's it's almost like Nando's or Jollibee over here, because those are completely different cultures. Those are completely different things. That's why it's niche over here. Same concept over in France.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's like legitimately blowing my mind. Like it doesn't make any. That's the Royale with cheese. That the guy from what was it? Pulp Fiction was talking about.
Yeah. The Royale with cheese.
Not a quarter pounder, because they don't it's metric, right? So Royale with cheese.
Yeah. That's some tasty burger.
Oh God.
Also blowing my mind that, you know, Domino's and Subway are on here. Both are kind of have Italian backstories, you know, with the cold cut sandwich and the pizza. Like,
yeah,
really?
Subway, I just don't think. I don't know, man. It's not one of my staples. I stopped eating that Subway like 11 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I have Subway every now and again. Yeah. There's a couple of Subways in my town. There's one at the Walmart. There's one at the one shopping center. There's one at another shopping center. So it's frequent. Yeah.
5-year span, the country's top performing fast food chains, excluding Subway, opened nearly 500 stores across France. Total profits for the category increased about 10% during that time.
In the most recent decade is really
okay. Let's pull this graph up again. Apparently, just like America, Subway isn't really doing that well in France, because there are much better options for cold cut sandwiches or, you know, hot sub sandwiches.
Yeah.
And plus, it's France. There's plenty of better options for better sandwiches.
Category increased about 10% during that time.
In the most recent decade is really heated up from other newer concepts, more fast casual, that have gone over to France. I think American concepts have done a great job of making their offerings an affordable indulgence.
The potential of France is huge, given the appetite for the customer for both for pizza and for American brands. So you think that you have a great combination.
France is a global leader in culinary excellence and boasts more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other country. It's home to esteemed culinary institutions like the Cordon Bleu, producing some of the best chefs in the world. In 2022, the country claimed 157,000 eateries, more than half were traditional full-service restaurants. Because of this legacy, American quick service restaurants, or QSRs, took a specialized approach when entering the French market.
What I can tell you about French people is that we don't get fed, we eat. And actually, we treat food with emotion. So whenever you bring an American brand, you can't just bring an American brand. You need to bring emotion with your product. You need to bring connection.
Just given the cliche that France is a fancier place to eat, the concepts have really led with their best foot forward, really focused on modernized images, higher quality, higher price point, more innovative offerings as well.
That includes sourcing most or all ingredients from French farmers, like the potatoes used for McDonald's French fries and the chicken in Popeye's sandwiches.
It's very
Wow.
important to build this relationship. They have strong partnership with the farmers. That's why the QSR American brand have succeed.
American
Wow, that probably would mean it's much better tasting
Yeah.
than our American counterpart because chemicals are our MO. That's what
Wow.
we use in a lot of our food. It's just the reality of the situation.
So you have a more organic taste. That's crazy. But you know what? They did it right. If these massive organizations are going to go across the pond, might as well do it right and buy off the farmers, you know, and use their produce. And that way there's more of a nationalistic pride in that brand.
Right,
Or
right.
in that demographic, in the demographic. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's kind of cool.
yeah.
Why the QSR American brand have succeed.
American QSRs have adapted to European Union food standards, and as a result, those products are healthier and less processed than the US offerings. These brands also cater to French palates by altering menu items or creating new products.
What is that?
But
What
if
the
we
hell
speak-
was that? That was no. Go back. That's McDonald's.
Palates by
Like
altering
baguette.
menu items.
Look at that.
Yeah, a baguette. Le sandwich baguette bacon McDough. What? Come on.
Yo. Okay. Oh
Uh,
my God, I'm mad. I feel like McDonald's been cheating on me.
Yeah, yeah. Now there is a international McDonald's place in their US headquarters in Chicago. It's been on my list for a while. I might see if Frontier Airlines has any cheap red eyes that I could
Yeah.
go up there for a day and just try it.
Yeah. Worth
Yeah.
it. Wow.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Or creating new products.
But if we speak
Pizza.
specifically about pizzas, you know, what it takes is that you need to become French friendly when it comes to the product that you are offering. The one campaign that we've been running every year for the past X years, it is the raclette, and people love it. Our most successful campaign every year.
Hold on. I love me some Domino's. Domino's, I pretty much get it every single Friday night as a treat to myself. This,
What is that?
what is that? And why is it not in the U.S.
Ra-
McDonald's? Domino's, sorry.
Raclette? Raclette?
Authentique raclette? What the
What?
devil is that?
I am so intrigued right now.
Wow. Man, this is fun to check out. I just love this. I love seeing the contrast of what our brands, what they do over there. I love this shit, man.
Mm.
Whew.
Was the raclette.
And it's paid off. Many consumers now consider the chains to be just as much French as they are American.
It feels like it's part of us now. It's American based, but we don't really see the difference. There's KFCs, McDonald's everywhere.
Yeah. That's an interesting point that he brings up is like because they adapted to the French market, they feel like it's just as much French as it is American.
And I mean, yeah, that makes more sense because hey, they're using all French stuff.
Yeah. And
Importing nothing. So
right. And there's French specific items there too. I honestly can't think of a foreign brand that feels just as much American as it does that country. I mean, like Samsung, that's South Korean, TikTok, that's Chinese. I don't know what else.
No, man.
Toyota, that's Japanese. Nissan, which I drive, that's Japanese. So it feels, but maybe that's the case.
You know what though? I'll say this. In the off-roading community over here, right?
Yeah.
The FJ Cruiser, the Toyota, and usually the Tundras and the trucks, they have a strong place in the off-roading communities that are usually dominated by Jeep, by Ford, Chevy, those things. You know, so Toyota's become pretty renowned in that community as far as a legitimate like they're like, okay, you're not really from here, but you have some decent shit. So
yeah, I mean,
Toyotas
and NASCAR for instance too. In terms of food, I can't really think of anything.
I can't think of one thing. I really can't think of.
Maybe it'll come to us later in this video, or maybe y'all could comment down some American things that are from other countries but feel American.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I can't think of one.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
McDonald's has the strongest foothold in part because of its first mover advantage.
McDonald's was the first quick service concept to go to France and found tremendous success there. And I think as a result of that, you've seen that a lot of folks have wanted to replicate that success.
Burger King, on the other hand, re-entered after a 15-year hiatus in 2012. Now, it boasts the second highest number of American QSR franchises in the country. Pizza Hut arrived in 1987, KFC in 1991, Subway in 2001, and Domino's in 2006. But their rapid expansions happened mostly in the past decade. Popeyes and Krispy Kreme opened their first French stores in February 2023 and February 2024.
It's a new brand in France, and it's very, very fantastic for the French people.
Shifts in French society, like digitization, have allowed the fast food industry to flourish.
Takeaway, drive-through, click and collect, delivery, all the QSR restaurants can do that. It's a perfect match for today's needs, with the hybridization of concepts accelerating even further in the wake of COVID.
We have a very small part, for instance, now of our customers coming at the counter to order. I mean, like it's less than 10% of our orders. 60% are online.
1 in 5 meals in France is eaten outside the home. Experts predict that number will increase.
It's a young population, high immigration population, as well as the fact that high GDP per capita country that leads to strong unit economics across the industry.
America's pop culture influence is another powerful tool.
For young people, they grew up watching series or movies where in America, they were eating fast foods. So I think now when we saw fast food coming in France, all the young people were pretty excited about that.
Bigger portions.
That's interesting. Like, what American things were the French watching in as youths? Like, I'm just curious, what did we export over there? I'd be able to get a better concept of what y'all were watching to make this make sense.
For Pizza Hut, probably Home Alone.
Home Alone,
right?
Okay.
I had a big Pizza Hut, but I think in a lot of movies, drive-through is always seen.
Yeah.
It's always part of a buildup of some sort in a movie. Harold and Kumar,
go to White Castle.
Yeah, drive-through.
Yeah. Like, I know a lot of American rappers rap about and associate themselves with Popeyes, so maybe that has something to do. I've heard they go to France a lot. I know the Kardashians really love themselves France, and they're big over there, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it really depends on who you talk to when it comes to things like the Kardashians or hip hop. So it's not all of us.
Well, yeah, just let us know, guys, in the comments what American shows were you watching, and why? Because that's interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Portions and modest presentations appeal to even the most delicate palate. High inflation and shortened lunch breaks have contributed to a need for convenience.
The American food is tasty, big. You know that you will be...
You'll be full.
Lunchtime today is around 42 minutes. This prevents people from going home and therefore encourage out-of-home consumption. The QSR American brands respond perfectly to this problem with the development of digital tools to improve consumers' quality of life.
That's another thing. I've heard France has a very more relaxed work culture. So it's interesting that he says that the work lunch has gotten shorter in France with people working more.
Now it's 42 minutes. I'm like
42 minutes. Like that's a lot.
That's
for
an
us.
executive lunch break right there, man.
Yeah, in America,
God.
like y'all are spoiled over there.
Man, you lucky to get 30 minutes. You're lucky to get 30 minutes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. I mean, that's great. But you know what though? That's where American food, the American fast food culture shines, is giving you food fast to fit into your lunch break. That's what's propped all of these brands up.
Yeah, we're overworked and underpaid. We don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of money. Fast food works.
Yep.
I like good food, but you need a budget for that. So when I want to have really good French food, I take my time. It's usually on the weekend during my working time. I prefer to go to fast food.
That makes sense. You know, you're not going to a steakhouse at Wednesday at 2 p.m.
No.
You're most likely going in the evening time, and more than likely on the weekends as well.
Yep.
So
like the weekends, the stuff like that, like where the dateable places. You take a date or a moment. You know, you don't have moments at Burger King or Subway or no, that's just to fill a need. And your need is food, and they got that.
Yeah. Another American comparison is like I wouldn't go to a barbecue joint, as a quick lunch break.
No.
I mean, no, that's you dedicate time to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the restaurant industry is volatile and highly susceptible to domestic and global changes. In 2024, McDonald's and Starbucks executives said that boycotts related to the war in Gaza caused Q4 2023 sales to slump in countries with a high Muslim population. That includes France, which holds the largest Muslim population in Europe. After all, France accounts for 7% of the fast food chain's total revenue. McDonald's also blamed its overall weaker performance on pricing backlash, acknowledging a sales drop in the US but not commenting on international markets.
Something I don't like is the stringflation. They reduce the size of the burger and they raise the price.
Subway has closed more than 100 of its French storefronts since 2015.
I think the more near-term risk is going to be more macro-oriented, that France seems to be the first European market that's really succumbing to restaurant industry traffic and restaurant industry traffic softness.
Staying competitive.
Yeah, that's the thing that's happened to a lot of American fast food is shrinkflation, which they're charging more, but the food is smaller. I've seen it happen. Like a Big Mac meal at my local McDonald's in rural North Carolina is like $12. And I noticed it's a little smaller too.
Yeah.
Just visually. Yeah. I don't have exact measurements, but I did notice that.
Interesting.
So that's just American companies in a nutshell. It's like it makes me harken back to our video we did why Walmart failed in Germany, and how American companies think they can just take advantage of people without their consent.
Yep.
It's just normal. Unfortunately, I'm not saying I condone it or anything about
I feel like that's like it's not condonable, but I understand it from their point of view. I'm like, yeah, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
like
we don't condone it, but we understand it because we're used to it here in this country.
Yeah. You're like, damn, times must be tough. Times must be tough for them to start cutting corners and shit. So
yeah.
Competitive in the new digital age can be tricky, even with decades of experience.
We come from a world where before 2016, the only people that were delivering were pizzas and sushis. I compete with pizzas on one hand, so I need to be the best in class in that universe, but I also need to be the best in class on the delivery business. Because again, in front of me, I do have QSR actors like McDonald's and BK that are between 7 and 12 times bigger than me.
Not everyone has welcomed the expansions. A neighborhood collective in Paris's 20th arrondissement protested against a new Burger King in 2023 over, quote, outdated environmental practices. France implemented new laws that same year, targeting fast food companies over waste. Now, QSRs are required to offer reusable cutlery and cut down on single-use packaging.
We have created dishes especially for the QSR brand restaurants, and your sustainability seems better than the others.
That is something you'll never see in American fast food joints. I mean, there's some steps they've made, but like of being more environmentally friendly, you know, reusable stuff and, you know, the packaging, like it's just, I don't see any more styrofoam. I'll give them that.
Doesn't Five Guys use styrofoam? I see. The only time I see styrofoam is Chick-fil-A and their sweet tea. That's the only time.
Yeah, their drinks, they still use styrofoam there. There's a couple others. Maybe Sonic still uses styrofoam,
Possibly.
I think.
Possibly.
Yeah, but oh well.
The QSR market in France has a lot more room to grow still. Chipotle, for example, has only 6 locations so far. Taco Bell has not entered at all.
The burger, the beef, the chicken, and maybe the tacos in the future.
Steak and Shake now boasts 37 locations. Carl's
Wow.
Jr. is playing catch-up after breaking ground on its first French location in 2023. Wendy's is supposedly planning a move too.
The next push is going to be more of a focus on chicken, which we know in the United States to be higher margin as well as more younger consumer focused.
One of the missions was always to make our product broadly available. That's in the next 5 years. We already have like close to 500 stores. There is a big potential, but there are other ways to distribute our products. And that's where also like we're looking at alternatives. We have the pizza distributor.
The industry is projected to be worth about 21.5 billion euros by 2028. And so far, the French palate seems ready for it.
The taste is really different in front of the other restaurants. I think they have a special touch and that changes everything.
Wow.
Well, there you have it.
This blew my freaking mind, man.
I was not ready for that.
No.
I don't know what I was expecting, but thriving American fast food
places.
Here's a question. What is a French fast food place that even exists? Because I cannot imagine a French fast food place.
No way. And it seems less conducive for a French folks to make their own fast food because they're known for sit down, take your time, food speaks to the soul type of place. Not, I have 15 minutes, here you go.
Here's a burger with no, I don't see that happening. And
No.
that's because maybe everything I know about French is from the media. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see if they have an in-house, in-country fast food place. So that would be interesting. Anyway, let us know in the comments, guys.
Yes, let us know down there.
Mind-blowing.
And thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and watching another video. And what else, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary.
See y'all next time.
Later.